Hi, welcome to my channel. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Jess. I just got done filming this really easy makeup look that's everyday but just slightly amped up. You know what I mean? So I'm loving how it turned out. Loving, and it could not be easier. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Hello, hello, and I am filming this on Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day. I don't really have a whole lot of plans today, honestly. I'm just kind of chilling at home, but I do want to go and get some flowers. I have like I rent, okay, little side note. So I can't like actually do like a traditional in-ground garden, so I do a planter garden, like a planter flower garden every year. And Memorial Day is, or around this time of year, is when I usually get my flowers put in, so that is my plan for the day. I'm gonna go get some flowers and plant them and just have a chill, relaxed day, and that sounds fabulous to me. So, all right, so I'm gonna first get some primer on. I got this. I saw someone else on YouTube using this because I do have, and I'm sure you can tell, I do have larger pores, especially on my nose. So I got this to help to fill the pores and everything that I have going on, and I love it. Like, it is just fabulous. It is the Milk Pore Eclipse Primer. I think like traditional primers are kind of optional, honestly. Not everyone really needs a primer. Some, like, if you, what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh. Like, if a lot of times just like a moisturizer, that sort of thing will, prep your skin just fine for makeup, but I prefer a primer just because I do have more textured skin and more oily skin, so it just helps my makeup last longer and go on smoother, okay? So I just got that on, and I just kind of concentrated it in areas where my pores are larger, but it's just so good. Like, it just, like, it kind of like melts right into your skin, and it's just great. So I got the mini of this, but believe me, I will be getting the full size. Okay, I'm using the Dior Backstage Face and Body in the shade 1W. I think this is really good for summertime, personally. I love this foundation, so it's great. Love it, love it. I was going to use a BB cream today, but honestly, I'm out. So this is like, the next best, honestly. Like, a lot of times, especially like for a day like today where I'm not doing a whole lot, I don't really want to do a foundation. So I'll just reach for a BB cream, but I'm out, so I can't really do that if I'm out. And really the one I use is from Maybelline, so it's, I mean, I could definitely just go and pick some more up today, which I might. Just because it is that time of year for BB cream. Yeah, So I'm just getting that blended on, and I am using the this brush from e.l.f., the Ultimate Blending Brush. This is a really good foundation, sorry. This is a really good foundation brush. It really helps to just, I mean, it blends really well, and it's great, and it doesn't, like, you won't go to the poorhouse. And I actually had to open my window up today because, welcome summer, it's actually getting kind of hot. And I'm resisting turning my air conditioner on because I don't really like air conditioning. I mean, it does serve its purpose, especially in summertime when it gets roasting outside, but a lot of times I just like to open I have a big sliding glass door, like right on, like in my living room, so I'll open that up. And then there's a little window in my laundry room, so I open up my big sliding glass door and the door in my laundry room, and it creates this nice breeze. And most of the time, that's enough to do it. So I don't really have to turn on the air conditioner. But, I mean, there are times when air conditioner is definitely necessary. You got any plans for Memorial Day? Usually, like, we do the parade and everything and all those sort of things, but my son is, he's going to be 13 in, well, like a month. I know, shocker. Like, every time I say that out loud, I'm like, how is that even possible? But it's true. He's going to be 13 in about a month. So he's kind of over, like, the whole parade thing. He's too old for that right now, so I don't know. I'm like, you want to just have a nice, like, relaxed day at home, and that's what we're doing. So I'm just kind of like going through. You can either use like your foundation brush to do this, or a dampened sponge. Honestly, I forgot to get this damp, so I'm just gonna use my foundation brush, and I like to go back over this and really blend the edges out. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a powder bronzer and everything. Oh, but I do want to use some cream blush. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Blush. I love these. These are so good. I'm sure you've seen them on YouTube and TikTok all over the place because they went viral, and it's for good reason because they're really good. This is the shade, I think it's Turks and Caicos. Yeah, Turks and Caicos. There it is. It's just a really pretty, like, kind of corally color. Perfect for summer, especially this formula is really good. So I'm just going to pick this up on another e.l.f. brush. And I like to put on a little bit more than you would think that you need, because blush can wear off fast during the day, so I like to use a little bit extra initially. And because this is a cream product, I am putting this on before I do my face powder, okay? So I'm going to start up here. I like to start my blush up high and blend it up towards my temple. And then once it's all, like, most of the product is off the brush, I then bring it down toward the apple of my cheek, okay? Because I like my blush up higher, but I also don't like that line, sometimes you can get, you can see where your blush stops right here, so that's why I like to kind of lightly blend it toward the apple of my cheek. And it's also, not only is it like getting to be the beginning of summer, but it's like allergy season right now a little bit. Like the pollen is out in full force, and it's like it's taking everything in me not to itch my nose right now. So I'm sure you don't want to see that, but my nose gets ridiculously itchy. I think there's something, and it's always when I'm sitting, like, right here, like, where my makeup and everything is. But I just want to itch my nose right off. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a break and itch my nose because it was just driving me bonkers, like driving me up the wall. So I did that, and I also dampened my sponge. So I took full advantage of the little break I just took. So I'm actually going to go in now with highlight because I'm going to use a liquid highlight, and with creams and liquids and that sort of thing, you really want to use these type of products before you powder. So I'm going to do this now. This is the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter in the shade Enlighten. This is beautiful, beautiful. It is a little bit cool tone for me. It does pull a little bit gray. Not bad though. It's a stunning highlighter. Just gorgeous. So I like to pop a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then I just use my dampened sponge and pick a little bit of it up. And then I just start to blend that on the high points of my cheek. So right on top of that cheekbone. So, alright, so I don't know if you guys watch this show. I think it's called Selling Sunset. And normally I don't really I don't really gravitate towards those, like, the reality shows, but I mean, it's stage drama. I mean, come on. It is. I mean, sometimes I'm like, who acts like that? Um, so I don't know what possessed me to you know, start watching this show, but I've been so hooked on it. It's really, I'm like, what? I'm like, who am I? I never watch this sort of thing because usually it just gets a little bit too like too much drama. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I could be wrong, but I mean, I think a lot of it's staged. Because I mean, who does that? Like, why? I don't know about you, but I don't like. I normally don't. At least maybe this is just me, but I don't like bring up my every slightest slightest thing someone's ever done to me at like social events. You know, and that's, I mean, maybe that's not normal. I don't know, but like, I'm like, I don't think people really do that, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But anyway, the show is just, some of it I'm like, seriously. But I guess there's got to be something in it because I keep watching it, so if you've never seen it. It's about this real estate firm or you know, company in Los Angeles, and they sell like ridiculously stunning, gorgeous, but also ridiculously expensive homes. Like, kind of dumb expensive. But so what it is just like the show is around these women who are selling homes, kicking ass, and also have a boatload of drama going on in their lives. Unnecessary drama, I think, but drama nonetheless. So I'm gonna do the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder in shade 3, which is the pink one. I absolutely love this. Love it. It is spendy. Okay, it's bougie as heck, but I think it's worth it. And Sephora now does have minis of these, so if you can't really bite off the like expensive price tag, they do have minis. So, and I love minis. Like, that's my ace in the hole a lot of times when it comes to makeup, because you know, I'm with you on a lot of this. Like, I love makeup, but as much as I love it, sometimes you like literally just cannot spend $50-$60 on a powder. You just can't. As much as I would love to. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because believe me, I do when I can. It's just, you know, with the price, I mean, everything's going up in price, and it's just, some things have to like take a back seat. So I get it. So if you can't like bite off that much of a, you know, price commitment right away, I think minis, if not every like makeup product comes in a mini, but if they do, I think that's a way to go, a good way to go. And in fact, it's kind of saving me with the concealer. Because believe me, if I had to pay full price for that concealer and get the like a shade I'm not exactly happy with, I'd be like hella frustrated. Still frustrating, but not as frustrating as it would be if like I had to like, I don't know how much. That concealer's not cheap. But, and also there are some very good drugstore options right now. Drugstore makeup has come a long way, light years from when I was like younger. It just seems like it's really come a long way. So I mean, I'm all for the drugstore makeup. I'm using now the NARS translucent setting powder just to kind of set the rest of my face. I'm not wild about this setting powder. It's not bad. It's not bad. NARS is usually pretty good, especially when it comes to like complexion products and face products. It's not bad. It's just not like the best powder I've ever used, especially for under the eyes, just because I don't know. I think it tended to like settle pretty bad in my my texture and my pores and everything. I don't know if it was just the combination of like the concealer and everything I was using. So I don't know, but it just didn't really do it for me. So anyway, All right, let's do bronzer. So I am going to use the Revlon Skin Lights bronzer in Sunkissed Beam 115. This one. This is a nice bronzer. It's really good. I just think the formula is a little bit dry in the pan, so you gotta kind of like dig a little bit. But other than that, it's not bad at all. And this, I saw this when I was kind of looking around for, like, in the makeup section at Meijer, and I think this is just like the coolest brush. Look at that. It's an e.l.f. brush. But I saw it, I'm like, I think I need that. I think I need it. It's just the coolest. I love the handle, so here we are. And it's a good brush too, so win-win. So I'm going to pick some of this up on this awesome new brush that I got. And I'm going to start to stipple this kind of like right along my cheekbone, right here. And I like to do stippling motions for bronzer as well, as opposed to like swipes and like going nuts, just because it, like, you can control where you place it better that way. I don't know, I just think it ends up looking nicer if you like go in intentionally and like really tap your bronzer on. Along the forehead. So especially like days like today where I'm not like doing a whole lot, I'll just only do bronzer. It really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll do like a cream bronzer contour type thing on its own, or I'll do a combo of like a contour and a bronzer. It just depends on how fancy I'm feeling that day. I'm really loving this brush. This was a good buy. It was only 10 bucks. Get down my neck. Oh, another thing to think about too, because I suggest bringing makeup down your neck a little bit just to make everything blend well with the rest of your body. Then you have to remember also that when you go to take your makeup off at night, that you put makeup on your neck. So try to remember to like bring whatever you use as a makeup remover. Remember to, you got to get your neck too, okay? All right, not too bad, not too bad. But see how like that blush already kind of, I mean, you can still see a little bit, but what I think I'm going to do is, I think I probably should have put more on than I did. But what I'm going to do is go over it with the powder just to kind of bring it out a little bit more. So I'm going to use another e.l.f. blush, and I'm absolutely in love with this blush. This is the primer infused blush in the shade Always Rosy. But it's a gorgeous blush. I absolutely adore it. So I'm not going to go too nuts with this. It is pretty pigmented, like, so kind of keep that in mind as well. So just a little bit at a time, okay? So again, I'm just going to kind of stipple that on. There. See? Good. All right, so let's do some brows. I'm going to grab my e.l.f. Brow gel, the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I couldn't, like, I had to order this on Amazon, seriously, because I looked at, like, I looked at Walmart, I looked at Meijer, and neither place had this in stock, so, and I really wanted to try it, so I had to order it on Amazon. So yeah, if you can find this, get it. It's really good. I really, really like it. So, but keep in mind that little goes a long way, okay? You don't need a lot. When I first tried this, I used way too much. Like, way too much. Like, my brows were glued down. Yeah, I'm just gonna brush it through with the spoolie. So, The other day in yoga, we were talking about like our plans for the for the weekend, and I said I'm just probably planting flowers. I was asked like what kind of flowers. Honestly, I go and I see whatever ones I think look pretty. That's it. Like I don't go like that's basically how I base my flower selection. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty flower. That's a pretty flower. Like I don't get too technical about it. Um, I do love gardening though. Like I think if I had more like of a yard and flower beds, I probably would get a little bit more like into it and technical about the flowers I'm selecting. But as of now, like I don't. I just basically that's it. Like I go and I go through the garden section and I just pick random flowers. And it tends to work out pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to use now the brow pencils from L'Oreal. They're the brow stylist definers. I really like these. They work really well and, you know, they're affordable. So, especially for things like brow products, brow pencils, you go through these so fast that it's just not the most budget friendly to have to buy high-end brow pencils, in my opinion. Not that there's anything wrong with that, not at all, but like I personally would rather just spend my money elsewhere, you know, on things that will last a little bit longer. There's something about brows that like when I think it's because you're concentrating so much on them that like I tend to like just not talk. But I have fuller eyebrows, so I don't have to worry about like drawing them in too much or like creating a brow from scratch, which I'm very thankful for. I'm very like praise God that I was born with full brows. But that being said, they're also like you gotta like tame them down. They get kind of wild. So basically all I do is I go through and I shape them with like a brow gel, and then I just kind of like fill them in a little bit. And I like using two colors, like a darker one that matches my brows better and then a lighter shade for the front. I think that it just gives a more natural appearance, in my opinion. Maybe it's just all in my head, but to me, it just looks a little more, like it just gives a softer look to the front of my eyebrows that I really like. And brows are one of those things where it's so, like if I'm not doing a whole lot of makeup, I will still do my brows just because they give structure to your face, and it just is that one thing that I probably wouldn't skip. Not to say I don't, not to say I never skip it, but usually I'll take at least like a few minutes to throw some brows on really quick. Okay, so now I'm just going in with that lighter shade. I use brunette for the majority of my eyebrow, and then light brunette to fill in the front. I am so ready for summer. You have no idea. Like I live in the UP of Michigan. So if you don't know what that is, which apparently a lot of people don't, which I'm like, we're part of the country too. So anyway, that's besides the point. But if you don't know where that is, like this is the lower peninsula of Michigan, and like up here is the upper peninsula. I live up here. Okay, so no, our winters are long and drawn out. So like by the time like May rolls around, like, I am just ready for summer. Because we don't really have like a spring up here either. Like it goes from like we'll have a few nicer days during the spring, but it usually is like a nice day and then it's snowing the next day. Literally, like that's how it goes. So it's like we don't really have like a full like a nice spring up here. It's like one extreme to the next pretty much. Now that is done, I'm going to go back with that same spoolie I used for my brow gel, and there's a little bit of gel left on here, and that's what I want. So basically I'm going to just go through and kind of reshape my brow just a touch. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, let's do some eyeshadow, huh? This is my favorite part. Oh, I love eyeshadow. I really do. I really do. Like, it's... If I had to pick like a favorite makeup category, I think eyeshadow would be up there along with... And blush is like a close second. So, this is my happy time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you... I don't know if you've already heard of these, which you probably have because I think they've been around for a hot second, but these Revlon cream eyeshadows, if you have not tried these, you should. Like, you should. Like, no, these are great, really good shadows. But what I'm going to do before I do this, just because it is a warmer day, and because I want my my shadow to last a little bit longer and not crease, I'm going to go over my eyelid with a little bit of setting powder. Normally I would use a primer too, but because I'm using a cream eyeshadow, I don't really know if it's like necessary to use an eye primer. So I'm just going to like lightly dust a little bit of that NARS powder on my eyelid. Okay, now let me show you. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Trust me, okay? I love this stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to pick some of... Look, this is the color Caramel, okay? Isn't that beautiful? It's just a gorgeous color. So I'm going to pick some up on my finger. Just a little bit. And see, isn't that just gorgeous? It blends out so well. I'm in love with this stuff. Okay, now I'm going to take like a blending brush, a fluffy brush that resembles this, okay? Something like this. And I'm going to just kind of lightly blend. That up into the crease in my eye. You don't have to do this. I like just taking a little extra time to kind of blend that out just a touch. I mean, as you saw, it blends out quite well by just using your finger. But I just think the brush just gives it a little extra, this little extra finesse, you know? And really, I mean, how much extra time does this take? Not much. But if you are really crunched for time, seriously, just tossing it on with your finger is fine. Okay, now I'm going to take that same brush I just used, take a little bit on that same cream shadow on my brush, and I'm going to bring this underneath my eye. I know I look crazy, but I'm trying not to poke myself in the eye, okay? There's a reason for my madness, trust me, okay? So if you kind of like look straight up into your brain, pretty much, when you're getting your under eye, it really prevents you from poking yourself in the eye. So you might look crazy, but it's worth it. I think Do I want to leave this as is? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to do a one and done today. Yeah, kind of liking it. Know what you could do, and I think I will. I'm going to show you something since we're on this topic, okay? What I am going to do, just to add a little bit of depth and a little spunk, okay? I'm going to use the bronzer I used earlier, okay? Take the same brush, wipe it off, do what you got to do. Same brush. And I'm going to pop this in to the crease of my eye, see? Okay, and then under the eye, again, look into your brain. Or if you have like a hand mirror, hold the mirror up like this and look into the mirror. That also helps, okay? See, isn't that simple? Like, could not be simpler, and it's just beautiful, everyday, one and done. Well, two and done. Could be one and done if you only just want to use the cream eyeshadow and skip the bronzer, but it's just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off, do the other eye, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Both eyes done. Now let's move on to mascara. Okay. Oh, forgot my eyelash curler. Hold on one second. I got it. Okay, so I'm going to use L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Love this. I think, like, I feel, maybe I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they may have, like, reformulated this. Is this completely new? Because I feel like I've used this before, or maybe it was a different, something else, but it looked like this. I don't know. I feel like I've tried this before and I didn't like it. And now I love it. So maybe, I don't know if they reformulated it or if I was just not giving it a good chance last time I tried it, or maybe I'm completely wrong, which could be true. That could be the case. But yeah. Anyway, all that to say is now it's great. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl. Okay, now let's do some mascara. And guys, don't do this, okay? There's no right and wrong way for makeup, okay? So if you do something a certain way, different from what I do, it's fine. Keep doing it. Do what makes you happy, okay? However, if I could tell you something, like, to change that was really easy, don't come in and go, like, put your mascara on like you mean it, okay? Alright, and I'll show you what it means. What I do, and hopefully I don't make a mess, okay? What I do is I go at the base of my lash, kind of give it a wiggle to create some tension, and pull up, okay? Again. No. See what that did? So, if I could give you a tip, okay, don't come in, don't do your lashes or do your mascara like light on the ends and all this. Mean it. I mean, come in, do your mascara like you're there to seize the day, okay? Like, so I'll do that. I'll do the light version on this side so you can kind of see the difference. So this side I'm only gonna do like, now I don't want to say the wrong way because like I said, there is no right and wrong way with makeup. It's personal. If you do it this way and it makes you feel good and it makes you happy, then keep doing it, okay? But this light, just only on the ends, you know, like not really going to the base of your lash. Okay, you see the difference? I'm sure you can. Okay, see? It makes a difference. So, by going in at the base of your lashes and pulling up, okay? And see already what that did? Okay? I wouldn't steer you wrong. I would not steer you wrong, okay? So let's do a second coat. I like 2 coats of mascara. You don't, this is optional, okay? I mean, 1 coat's fine. Especially if you're doing fake lashes or something, then you definitely wouldn't need 2 coats. Right. I'm not a big false, like, fake lashes girl. To me, I myself, I think they look too, like, cartoony. But I do actually want to try to learn how to do, like, individual lashes. That I think would look nice, you know, for days when I'm wanting a little extra. Let's do the bottom. And I always do my bottom lashes. I just think it gives balance, you know, to your eye look. All right, we're on lips already. Isn't that nuts? And this has been less than an hour. I don't know why, but like when I sit down and do my makeup, there's just something about it where it always takes me like forever. Like I could do my makeup really quick, but for some reason I just don't. I don't know why. Those are the facts. All right, so I'm going to use, how about, let's do, okay, NYX Nude Truffle. We're going to do something kind of like, I think this is more of like an everyday natural look, and I'm loving it. So let's do like an everyday type of lip. Okay, so first I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. Honestly, if you're like don't have a lot of lip liners and you're new to this whole thing and you don't want to buy a ton of them, you could buy just this one and you'd be good. Like this goes well with so many different lipsticks and glosses and all this stuff. If you just bought this baby right here and call it good, you'd be in good shape, okay? So I'm gonna quickly line my lips. And I like to overline my lips a little bit because I do have puny little lips, I think. So I do like to overline them. So okay, take your pinky, rest it on your chin. Okay, this will help. Give you some balance, and then I overline right on the bottom of my lip, and then I fill in the sides, but right along my lip line, okay? And this needs to be sharpened, okay? I know. I realized that when I started putting this on, but that's right, we'll go with it. And I just kind of lightly feather it in. In the top, and I don't know if you can tell in here, but my Cupid's bow area, it's so light like right there that I'm like, I feel like I don't really have one. I do, but you can't see it, okay? So I like to kind of draw it in a little bit, fake it, you know? And see how also I'm always using maybe like whatever finger is more comfortable and gives me better balance. I'm always resting a finger on my chin right here just so that it helps me draw a better line. Because drawing straight lines is not what I'm best at. It isn't. Okay, now I'm going to take the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Moon, okay? And just top this with a little bit of gloss. I love this. This is my second bottle of this, okay? So if I bought it again, you know I'm a fan, all right? I also have this in the shade Silk. That one's also really nice. This one's a little, like, it's a little more sheer, see? That one's a little more sheer. Slight, like a light pink. So I feel like this is more like the vibe for today, you know what I mean? The other one I have is actually in my purse, so otherwise I'd show you the difference, but it's in my purse, so. Alright, and last but certainly not least, I'm going to lock all of this work I just did in place with the Morphe Continuous Mist setting spray. I love this stuff. I love it. It's great. This is like my third can. I didn't buy the jumbo size because I don't know. I've heard stuff about Morphe, like they're bankrupt or there's something's going on. I don't know. All I know is I like this, so I got the jumbo can just in case, okay? Here's another thing. Always let your setting spray dry down before you touch your face at all, okay? So give it a minute. Okay, there you have it. There is the finished look. I am loving this. Like this, I love this sort of thing. Just like, I don't know if you'd call it like soft glam, whatever it is, but I like everyday looks that are just a little bit fancy. You know what I mean? Like not like no makeup, but just enough. You know what I mean? I am loving this. I love the eyes, the lips, the face, all of it. Okay. So yeah, if you so wish, give my video a like. If you also would wish, subscribe. I would love it. And if you have any questions for me, just let me know, and I am gonna go get my flowers. All right. You guys have a great day. Bye.